looking at Daily Common Core review number 12. Let's start with number 1. Write an equation that equals 24. We know that an equation is a number sentence with an equal sign. So we're going to have an equal sign, and we need something that equals 24. Now, this problem doesn't tell us if we need to add, if we need to multiply, if we need to subtract. So we could do anything we wanted. We could divide too. So I think I'm going to do an addition equation. I'm going to say 10 plus 14 equals 24. There's lots and lots of different answers that you could have. That's just mine. You can copy that if you want or come up with your own. Number 2, UPS check problem. Let's read and visualize. The shoelace is $3 and the shoes are $24. How many times more are the shoes than the shoelace? First thing we do with our pencil is bracket the question. And it says how many times more. So that's question mark X. We don't know how many times more. We know that the shoelace is $3. We know that the shoes are $24. I'm going to plan. I know my operation is multiply, and this is a comparison problem. I'm comparing the shoelace and the shoes. So how many times always goes first. So I'm going to draw my arrow to here, question mark, times blank, equals blank. The numbers I have are the number 3 and the number 24. 24 is my bigger number, so I'm going to put it at the end. 24 goes with my shoes, so I'll label that S for shoes. If shoes are at the end, then shoes also have to be at the beginning. So I'll label the beginning S for shoes. In this problem, the shoes are versing the shoelace. So I'll label this SL for shoelace. And I know that the shoelace is $3. So I'll put that in here. Now I need to think what times 3 equals 24. I could use a division problem to help me. 24 divided by 3 equals something. And I should get that the answer is 8. So I'm going to put 8. 8 what? This is 8 times. Circle your answer. Write a complete sentence answer. The shoes are 8 times more than the shoelace. Check and make sure your answer is reasonable. 8 times more sounds like it makes sense to me. And you can check in your calculator to make sure. All right. Number 3, another UPS check. Put your pencil down. Let's read and visualize. There are 56 pencils. Riley wants to put an equal amount onto 7 trays. How many pencils will be on each tray? First thing we do with our pencil is bracket the question. How many pencils will be on each tray? I hear on each tray. That sounds like in each group. So I know I'm solving for what's in each group. I see 56 pencils. I see equal amount. I know that means I'm going to divide. And I see 7 trays. So if I'm dividing, I know it's going to be total divided by group equals in each group. So 56, I can label T for my total. 7 trays, I'm going to label that my groups. Now I'm going to plan. I know I'm dividing, so I will set up my division problem. Total divided by groups equals in each group. My total is 56. My groups are 7. I can plug that into my calculator, or I could think of it this way. 7 times what equals 56. Either way, you are going to get an answer of 8. 8 what? 8 pencils. Oh, look. the same answer as we got for the shoes. 8 is the magic number in Daily Common Core number 12. Okay, complete sentence answer. There will be 8 pencils on each tray. We are halfway done. Let's look at number 4. Another UPS one. Let's read and visualize. The large pumpkin costs 3 times as much as the small pumpkin. The large pumpkin costs $21. How much does the small pumpkin cost? First thing with your pencil, bracket the question. Let's code and underline important info. Let's see. Large pumpkin, 3 times as much. So I'm going to put 3x above that. And that's as the small pumpkin. So that's what we're comparing, large and small. We know the large pumpkin costs $21. All right, I know I'm going to multiply to solve this problem. I'm comparing the large pumpkin with the small pumpkin. So this is a multiplication comparison problem. In these types of problems, how many times always goes first? So I'm going to draw my arrow down. 3 times comes first. Blank equals blank. 3 times belongs to L for large pumpkin. The large pumpkin is versing the small pumpkin to get the large pumpkin here at the end. The other number that I have is 21. That goes with large pumpkin, so I'll put it here at the end. The small pumpkin is my variable. It's what I'm trying to solve. So I need to think 3 times what equals 21. Or I could use the inverse operation and think division. 21 divided by 3 equals. And you are going to get an answer of 7. 7 what? This time it is $7. So put your dollar sign. Complete sentence answer. Check your question. How much does the small pumpkin cost? The small pumpkin costs $7. Number 5. Jaden ate 426 strawberries. Caitlin ate 249 strawberries. About how many more strawberries did Jaden eat than Caitlin? First thing I do with my pencil is bracket the question. The word about is jumping out to me. I'm going to put a star above it. About means I'm going to have to round. Looking for more important info. Jaden, 426 strawberries. Caitlin, 249 strawberries. I see a hint word, how many more? That's telling me I'm going to need to subtract. So I know my strategy is going to be subtract, and then I need to check and see what kind of subtraction problem is. I'm comparing Jaden and Caitlin and how many strawberries they ate. So I'm going to set this up as bigger minus smaller equals the difference. So my bigger number is right here, 426. My smaller number, 249. I'm going to go ahead and write that out. 426 is my bigger number. 249 is my smaller number. I'll subtract to find the difference. Now I can't just subtract yet because of that word about. It means I have to round. So I'm going to draw my arrow over. The first step in my rounding rules is to underline the place. This problem doesn't tell us what place to round to, so we're going to round to the biggest place. That's the hundreds place. So there's a 4 there. I'll underline the 4. Circle the bossy neighbor to the right. That's a 2. The 2 is 4 or below. That means I let the underline go. So the 4 stays the same, the 2 changes to a 0, and the 6 changes to a 0. Now I need to round 249. Again, I underline the place. I'm going to go with the biggest place here, which is the hundredths place again. There's a 2 in that place. Circle the bossy neighbor to the right, the 4. The 4, once again, it's 4 or below, so we let the underline go. The 2 stays the same, and the other numbers become a 0. Now I can subtract. 0 minus 0 is 0, 0 minus 0 is 0, and 4 minus 2 is 2 to get a difference of 200. 200 what? 200 strawberries. Let's write a complete sentence answer. Jaden ate, don't forget this very important word, about. We have to say about because we didn't get a real answer, we got a rounded answer. About 200 more strawberries than Caitlin. Last step, check to make sure it's reasonable. You can use your calculator and actually subtract 426 minus 249 to find the exact answer and see if it's reasonable compared to the rounded answer that we got. Last one, number 6. Mr. Hutch ate 321 worms. Ew, why is he so gross? Miss Wismer ate 532 worms. What is going on? I need to get them some better food. I'll bring in something good for lunch. How many more worms did Miss Wismer eat than Mr. Hutch? All right, bracket the question. In the question I see, how many more? I know that means I'm going to have to subtract. I see Mr. Hutch, 321 worms, and Miss Wismer, 532 worms. All right, this is a subtraction problem, so that's my operation. If I look at my strategies, I know this is comparing two things, Hutch and Wismer, and how many worms they ate. So I'm going to set it up as bigger minus smaller equals the difference. So my bigger number here is 532. My smaller number here is 321. So I'm going to write that out. 532 minus 321, bigger, minus smaller, to get the difference. If you aren't going to set it up this way and solve it out, you could use your calculator and do this, bigger minus smaller equals the difference. 532 minus 321, and then just plug it into your calculator and get the answer. I'm going to do the actual problem. So 2 minus 1 is 1, 3 minus 2 is 1, and 5 minus 3 is 2 to get 211. If you did it in your calculator, you would just go ahead and write here, 211. 211 what? 211 worms. Lovely. All right, complete sentence answer. Miss Wismer ate 211 more worms than Mr. Hutch. Notice I did not use the word about in this sentence because I actually got an exact answer. I did not round. All right, there you go. Daily Common Core number 12 is done. Okay, here's your 3's multiplication homework number 2. Now, if you haven't done this yet, you have two options. Option number 1, try it on your own, then come back and check your work with the video. Make sure you spelled everything right and wrote all the facts correctly. Option number 2 is you can watch this video, but you're going to have to pause it a lot because as you can see, I already wrote all the facts in, and you're not going to be able to write this fast. So I'm just reviewing. If you need to pause and come back, pause. Or if you're just going to pause as we go, that's fine too. Up to you. So get your decision in your head. Do you have it? Do you have it? Do you have it now? Okay, good. Here we go. First row. Tree times tree equals line 9. Door times tree equals elf 12th. 5 times 3, this is when you just have to count by 5s, 5, 10, 15. 3 times 0 equals 0. You should know the 0 property. Any number times 0 equals 0. Next row is story words. Tree times door equals elf 12th. Skate times tree equals dentifloor 24. Next row, 2 times 3 is 6. You just need to know your doubles fact. 3 plus 3 equals 6. 1 times 3 equals 3. Think of the identity property or one dentity property. Any number times 1 equals that number. Let's keep on going. All right, tree times chicks equals aching 18. Surfin times tree equals denty sun 21. 3 times 5 equals 15. 3 times 2 equals 6. Tree times surfin equals denty sun 21. Tree times tree equals line 9. Tree, oops, I lost my pointer there. Tree times skate equals, oh no, it doesn't equal 18, 18. Look, even teachers make mistakes. Let me erase. Tree times skate equals dentifloor 24. So don't make that mistake. Check your work. All right, last one. Chicks times tree equals Aiken 18. All right, now that you've done this, it is your responsibility to run through your flashcards 2 times. I am going to trust you that you did this on your own. So pause the video, do your flashcards 2 times, and then you can sign your own signature. But don't lie. You have to do the flashcards twice. So go ahead, pause the video, do your flashcards. I hope you're not back already because I don't think you did them 2 times. Pause the video, do your flashcards 2 times. Okay, are you back? Did you really do them 2 times? If you did, then I'm going to trust you to sign your own name or initial. So I'm signing off on myself to say that I did my flashcards. All right, you're done with the 3s for today. Okay, we have been doing a ton of multiplication comparison problems. This is multiplication comparison number 4. I think that you are ready to try this whole page on your own before you check your work. So I want you to pause this video, work on the front, 4 problems there. Work on the back. There's some problems there, multiplication comparison problems, as well as some matching equation problems. Do all of the problems first on your own, then come back and check. So go ahead and pause the video. I said pause it, no cheating. Pause it and come back. Pause it in 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, if you are hitting play again, it means that you finished this whole page on your own, front and back, and you're ready to check your work. Check carefully. I mean, it needs to be exact to get your $5. $1 comes off for every little teeny tiny mistake. So look very carefully and check your work. Here we go, starting with number 1, with Riley and Clayton. Your equation should have read 4 times, because 4 times always comes first, something, that was our Clayton number, equals 36. You should have figured out that 4 times 9 equals 36 and written Clayton sold 9 pencils. So if you need to pause the video and fix anything, do it now. Make sure you have your label, make sure you have your circled. Make sure Riley versus Clayton equals Riley is all there to get your 5. When it's perfect, move on with me to number 2. Okay, for number 2, we had Mason versus Slade equals Mason. We didn't know how many times more jerky Mason had. So we have this question mark X, we draw our arrow. Something times 5, that's Slade's number up here, equals 40, which is Mason's real number. So what times 5 equals 40? The answer is 8. And then write your complete sentence. Mason has 8 times more jerky than Slade. Make sure yours matches mine exactly. Let's look at number 3. Number 3 was Carmen and Izzy, and they were eating worms. They must have got that idea from Mr. Hutch. Don't try to be like Mr. Hutch all the time, kids. Sometimes he has bad ideas. Okay, so in this problem we had Izzy was versing Carmen to get Izzy's real number. We didn't know how many times more. That was our variable, so we drew an arrow. But Carmen's number was 4 to get Izzy's real number of 12. So what times 4 equals 12? The answer was 3 times. Make sure you have it labeled times, not worms, times. And then write your complete sentence answer. Izzy ate 3 times more worms than Carmen. Number 4. Last one on this side at least. This one was about Elise and Kylie. So we had Kylie versus Elise equals Kylie, her real number here. They were collecting boogers. I'm not sure if that's grosser than worms or not. I'll let you decide. But Kylie collected 8 times as many, so 8 times always goes first. Elise's number was 3, and we needed to solve to get Kylie's real number. That was our variable, which ended up being 24. Make sure you labeled it boogers. Did you ever think your teacher would tell you to write boogers on your paper? Write boogers. And write a complete sentence that says, Kylie collected 24 boogers. All right, flip to the back. Okay, number 5. We have Alex versus Nick equals Alex. And we're trying to figure out how heavy is Alex's hamster. So we know 9 times is always going to come first. That's why we drew our arrow, put it first. Nick's number was 8, so 9 times 8, 1 less, 72. That's 72 pounds. And we see that Alex's hamster is 72 pounds. Holy cow. That is a huge, huge hamster. It might as well be a cow. Man. All right, I wonder how you take care of that thing. Number 6. We have Noah versus Olivia equals Noah. We were trying to find out how many times more, so question mark X, drew our arrow. Olivia's number was 4. Noah's real number was 36. What times 4 equals 36? You should know 9 times 4, 1 less, 36. Write your sentence. Noah ate 9 times more chicken fingers than Olivia. All right, we're done with the multiplication comparison problems. Now we are going to write equations or a number sentence with an equal sign that matches. So for number 7, you should have gotten 4 times 8 equals 32. Number 8, 3 times 4 equals 12. Number 9, 24 equals 3 times 8. Number 10, 45 equals 9 times 5. Number 11, 6 times 3 equals 18. And number 12 had a variable in it, so you had to find the answer and solve the variable. So your equation was 3 times m equals 24. To figure out what m equals, you could use the inverse operation of division. 24 divided by 3 equals 8 to get an answer of m equals 8. All right, I want you to get your full $5. So go back to all of your pages, double check your work, make sure it's perfect. Your whole packet is worth $10 today. I know you can do it.